and it's for a cause. And so we're gonna get into the first topic, Kaya.
Okay.
Let's talk about the topic of the most powerful beings on the earth, and that is the youth.
Hmm.
Why does the younger generation hold so much power ever than before?
The younger generation holds more power than the past one is because specifically the amount of change that they create, especially the change that we're creating. We are literally, when you look at what we're doing, look at the changes and the awakenings that we're causing in people who are, I'm not going to say old, but more mature than we are.
Hmm.
Like we're literally, I have people who text me who are way older in age and asking me for advice about things because of my mindset, because of the energy that I give off and what I speak through my vessel. This is what we're doing. Can you imagine the amount of change and the amount of high vibrational frequency that this next generation is going to create for this world?
Mm.
We are masking the blueprint right now. We are literally just at the peak of it. But
Hmm.
the souls, the old souls and the new souls who are here now, especially in these babies and these kids and the kids who are in middle school and elementary school, all of them are going to make a very, very static change because of us. We are the ones who are going to be raising them. We are the ones who are changing the world right now. Imagine what they're doing. Imagine what
Mm.
they're going to be doing in their time of maturity.
Mm.
It's
This is
so
one.
important.
I gotta say this. This is one myth that I've been hearing a lot, and it's like the younger they are, the more order they are. Meaning that the younger you are in age, the older your soul is. Do you feel like this is true?
Yes. Yes.
Mm.
When you
Elaborate.
look at the emotional maturity of some of these kids, and especially the emotional maturity that we have, like when you look at the traumas that our parents had to go through, our grandparents had to go through, the traits that they're dealing with now that they're trying to figure out and get over. We have already been
Mm.
we have already dealt with those things. We have already matured through those emotions. We are more emotionally mature than some of the elders, some of the last generation, and they are, having their awakenings because of us. The older generation is basically took care of the vibratory rate of the past, but we are taking care of the vibratory rate right now, which is super
Mm.
important because we are able to obtain it. We're here for a reason. Everybody has a purpose. We are literally filtering out the traumas of generations that's passed down through families. We're filtering about a lot of negative energy because of the spiritual and soulful maturity that we have. We are realizing things at young ages. We are changing the
Mm.
mindset of our parents, the mindsets of people around us. That itself shows the maturity of our soul. It's like an old soul, literally. It's an
Hmm.
ancient one.
Mm. Yeah,
And
like the people.
imagine what
Yeah.
these younger generations, imagine what they know. Imagine of the light codes and the maturity and the things that they're gonna be able to heal and
Hmm.
change and filter.
Mm.
Is super deep. Just when you can tell exactly what's gonna happen with the future, what's happened with the past, just by looking around you, looking at everything that's going on right now, looking at the vibratory rate that people give off, the things that's happening and all around the world. So these
Hmm.
old souls, they're definitely back here and they're here for that change.
Hmm.
War
Hmm.
coming.
Yeah, there's been like a lot of young chosen ones I talked to, and they be so young, 13, 14, 15, and there's like they're so wise. It's like they're so enlightened. They be more enlightened than some of the elders out here, because some of the elders don't act like they're in their place. Some of the elders don't have the
Mhm.
wisdom as some of the youth. And I'm gonna say it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's the truth.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I see some elders out here, they're just acting like kids, but then the youth, they're acting like the most powerful beings in the world. And that's why this live is called The Most Powerful Beings on Planet Kai, because the youth really is the most powerful beings. Like, if you are the youth, understand that you are actually powerful and that you are unstoppable, and you have to tap into that imagination to understand who you are. Understand your power comes from your imagination, it comes from your creativity, and you also have to learn the power of stillness. A lot of people, they move too much. You move too much, that's going to prevent you from tapping into your inner divine stillness and silence. Silence is a power. Stillness is a power. You know what I'm saying? That's where all existence comes from being still. So,
Exactly.
mm-hmm.
Exactly. I
So,
want to talk about that too.
mhm.
That's important.
Yeah,
That's
elaborate for that. What was you gonna say?
I was gonna say that this is something that even my mother told me. She
Mm-hmm.
said during her time of her youth and her growing up, everything that she has been through, it was like a moving train. Like constantly things just kept happening to her, having the the brainwashment, the traumas, the all of that stuff that they went through in the past. They never had a time to actually be still, actually go through all the things that happened to them and heal from it, heal from the things that their parents did to them, heal from what family members did to them. It's us a whole bunch of things that they've been through, but because of the system that they're stuck, that everybody is stuck in right now. The fact that we need money, the fact that you have to pay for food, the fact that you have to pay for water, all of that is a stress. It's a strain that it's a responsibility that you're supposed to have, especially if you were a millennial who had kids at a young age. That strain that you had to do, you didn't even get to develop or heal yourself. It was just a constant train going and constantly going, and you never had a time to take a break, to actually be still, to actually meditate and go inside of your head. Why do I yell so much? Why do I act like this? Why is my life like this? They didn't have time to think about that. It was always just go 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 and deal with it later. It's a pile and piles and piles and piles of emotional trauma that is being passed down, especially through Black communities,
Mm-hmm.
especially.
It's really bad. You could tell, like, sometimes when I'm even out, I just notice, like, I see like, the parents talking to the kids, like, what I'm saying, disrespectful, and it's like cursing at them, and it's just like, it's honestly just mind boggling. Like, why are you talking to your kid, someone who you birthed, so negatively? Like, of course, they may not be the most positive person in the world, but why do you gotta treat them like, what I'm saying, a certain type of way without love? Now, love is just so powerful right now. Like, everyone in this live needs love. Like, if you say you don't need love, I know you're lying, because everyone needs love. Everyone wants some type of love. If that's a form of self-love, if that's a love from another partner, love is ultimately the highest vibration, because love is an entity. Love is a force. And you know what I'm saying, if you are not vibrating out of love, you're gonna vibrate out of fear. There's really not in between, like, you know what I'm saying. So
Exactly.
it's really, and what you also got to understand is, like, love is linked to growth. So when you're not linked to your love, you're not gonna grow. If you're just always in a fearful state, you're gonna be in a fearful state, and you're gonna prevent yourself from growing. But if you're loving, if you're in your heart chakra, you're gonna be linked to transformation. That's why green is the heart chakra, and that's why green is also linked to transformation. That's why you have stones like malachite and shit, like you look at the plants, right? Yeah, stones like malachite, which is linked to transformation. Stones like green aventurine and other green stones like motivite, which is a very powerful stone, is linked to transformation. So understand that if you do want to transform yourself and become more powerful, you actually have to link to love, and that's having compassion for everyone. That's having compassion. A lot of people think having compassion is scary. A lot of people think having a good heart is lame, and it's all this and that. When in reality, those people are just another Matrix clone. Understand that if you do want to transform yourself and become more powerful, you actually have to link to love, and that's having compassion for everyone. That's having compassion. A lot of people think having compassion is scary. A lot of people think having a good heart is lame, and it's all this and that. When in reality, those people are just another Matrix clone and another Matrix bot. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important to understand that it's very, very imperative to understand you need to tap into that loving vibration. Is very, very important right now.
And
And I'll leave that like that. Hmm.
some parents, what these kids are going through, some of these parents are literally, their definition of love is just giving you somewhere to stay, paying the bills, and feeding you. That's what that's what it is. I did everything I had. I did all of it. I took care of you and all this stuff like that. But did you raise me? Did you actually aid and help with the maturity of my spirit, the maturity of my mind? You know, it's always like, even when you said that, like when parents literally be yelling at their kids, they don't. Even when I go over the fact that our bodies are actually listening to us right now. Every time you speak, your body is listening to you. That's why when people who are sick, who talk negatively about themselves, it makes it worse. It's a study from people who have cancer, who have negative thoughts and negative mindsets, that it makes it worse. So imagine somebody constantly yelling at you and telling you what to do, and just, you know, you have to be a yes man. And most of these children are stuck in that, because it's always do as I say. Don't you I brought you into this world, I can take you out. It's always, you know, I don't have to answer anything. I don't have to answer any of your questions that you have. Just do what I say. Now, it's some kids who need to just do what their parents say if the parent is in a mature state of their mentality. But as for these parents, especially who have been through traumas, and they're doing the same things to their kids. You make your kids yes man, and then as soon as they get older and they go out into this world and they're getting yelled at their managers, and they're getting abused in relationships, or they don't know how to speak up for themselves because as a child they never got the ability to actually voice who they are, voice their opinion, express the spiritual energy that they have. They never had that chance to. So when you get older, you are stuck in a cycle of constantly doing what other people say and not actually taking in what your purpose is, standing on your ground, standing in your life. You know, you got everybody telling you what to do. You can't think for yourself. That all started as a child. It starts when you as a parent don't allow your kids to speak. That's what they're here for. You know, and some of them got a ready mouth. You know, and sometimes you do have to, like, you know, tell your kids, hey, have respectful. You could talk, but be respectful. But it's sometimes where parents just constantly yelling at their kids and telling them, oh, do as I say, do this, do this, do that, do that. Like, it's like, what opinion and what voice does this child have? And they grow up and they don't have a voice. This is why some women, especially Black women, get abused because of that. Because they had to do everything that their mother said, and with no question, didn't get to even voice their opinion on anything. The fact that I'm voicing my opinion, right? Imagine me not being able to have my throat chakra open to be able to speak from what I know, what's in my genes, what's in my DNA. Well, not DNA, DEA. But imagine that.